Hi there everyone, welcome to TechCravers. This is the latest handheld from Anbernic, the RG405M. I just received this device in the mail today, so in this video I'll be sharing my initial thoughts and impressions rather than an extensive review. If you have any game recommendations you'd like to see tested on this device in a future video, please leave them in a comment down below. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel and turn on the notification bell to stay updated on upcoming videos. Now let's jump into this. At just under $180, the RG405M carries a hefty price tag. It comes in two color variations, a green-grayish tone and a black one. Personally, I opted for the latter as I find it more visually appealing. Nevertheless, with a price tag of nearly $200 for a handheld gaming device, customers will undoubtedly expect a lot from you. The unboxing experience of the RG405M is not exactly a $200 experience. Actually, there's nothing extraordinary this time around either. Following Anbernic's signature style, the device is packed in a simple white box and it includes the handheld, a charging cable, a screen protector and a one-page manual. Additionally, my unit came with a 128GB micro SD card loaded with games which I plan to utilize in this video. However, for the purpose of my review video later, I will use a different micro SD card which I have prepared myself. Okay, and first impressions here, I actually like the color even more than I thought I would. It's almost matte black or a very grey tone. I think a certain fruit company would call it space grey. Second impressions is that it's a 4:3 aspect ratio on a small 4-inch display, and we'll see how well that works for gaming later. Third impression is that the device is both a lot smaller and at the same time a lot heavier than I thought it would be. It feels sturdy and has a really premium feel to it. And before we move on, let's compare it to a few other devices in terms of size. First off, here it is next to the SNES controller lookalike Anbernic RG353P. It has the same 4:3 aspect ratio but on a smaller 3.5-inch screen, and as you can see that 0.5-inch difference really makes a lot in terms of screen to body ratio. Another device with a 3.5-inch 4:3 screen is the vertical RG353V. It's super small next to the RG552 however, which apart from having a huge overall body has a 5.36-inch display. Finally, I'd like to demonstrate how the RG405M compares in size to Retroid Pocket 3 and 3 Plus, which I know many of you prefer in terms of physical dimensions. Okay, so let's talk about buttons and layout. For the first time, we see that Anbernic has now placed the analog stick above the D-pad. It's a magnetic hall sensor stick, meaning that you won't have any drifting issues at all. It's very grippy for your thumb and you won't slip on it no matter how aggressive you play those retro games. I do think it's a bit weird that Anbernic places the analog stick above the D-pad on this specific device. Most of you will buy this product to play games with a D-pad, meaning it should be on the top. However, for those of you who aim to play games that are played with an analog stick, this is gonna be a great device for you. The D-pad is also great, and in terms of travel and pivot, it feels the same as just about any Anbernic device out there. Under the D-pad we have a back and home button, and the way it works is that a tap takes you back while a long press takes you home. And on the other side we find the start and select buttons as well as the second hall sensor analog stick, which feels just as the left one. The action buttons are of the glossy type and I really like the feel of them. The glossy buttons tend to give better grip than the typical matte style buttons as well, which is just a bonus. And as with most Anbernic devices, the 405M has inline shoulder buttons and triggers, and even if I can appreciate them some more on this smaller sized handheld, this is probably the biggest drawback in terms of button layout and design. Other than shoulder buttons on the top, we have a ventilation for hot air, even though this device does not have active cooling. We also have a LED charging indicator, a USB Type-C charging port with no video out, as well as volume buttons and a power button. Flipping the device upside down, we find two stereo speakers, a headphone jack and a micro SD card for our games. The back has this nice metal backplate as well as 2 rubber grips, which is actually kind of nice as the metallic case can be a bit slippery in your hands. We also get the Anbernic branding in between. When you finally power on your device for the first time, you'll notice that Anbernic has gone ahead and downloaded a bunch of emulators for you and even set some of them up for you. For some of you these will work just great, but if you're a control freak like me, you're probably gonna want to delete all of them and set up the device on your own. However, I'm not gonna do that in this video. It's nice to see that we have the Google Play Store here already, so the setup process is gonna be relatively easy. Anbernic has also developed their own front-end or gaming mode in this device, and the thought is that you should be able to reach all your games from here. It requires some manual tweaking to get it set up, and for this video I'm just gonna use it, but for my review video I will probably swap it out for another front-end as well. Now is a really good time to hit that subscribe button if you haven't, by the way. For the emulation test, I'm just gonna run through a few games without making any tweaks to the emulators at all. I'm playing games that Anbernic provided through the SD card that came with the device, and I'm using their settings.
Block all major roads and capture the suspect.
So let's quickly wrap up my initial thoughts after a day with the RG405M. What I do like is that it's a very pocketable and very premium device with a 4-inch screen that is perfect for 4x3 gaming. I also like the premium feel of all the buttons and analog sticks. This will definitely be my device to go when I want to grab something with me in the pocket and not have to take my backpack with me. What I don't really like is the low resolution of the screen. The bigger 4-inch display makes some games more pixelated because of it. It also got really hot when I played some of the higher end games for an extended period of time. And this probably goes without saying, but both my pros and cons are based on a 3-hour use today. I will probably have other thoughts when I have had time to play some more with it. And that's been it for this first impressions video of the Anbernic RG405M. I hope you liked it and that it might have helped you decide whether you should get one for yourself. If you want to buy it, I will leave a non-affiliated link in the video description to where you can buy it. I will also make a follow-up video to this one where I test some more games, so make sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss that. Also, feel free to leave a suggestion in the comment section if there's a specific game you want to see tested. Thanks for watching this video. Catch you in the next one.